Oh, CNN, this is the end of Scott. No, who cares? Don't worry, we'll take care of you, Scott. Scott Jennings, really great.
Thank you. Michigan.
Who's enjoying 100 golden days of America? And President Trump will make sure that in this country, not illegal aliens, not criminals, not gangbangers, but American citizens come first, last, and always. Thank you. And thank you, President Trump, for being the greatest president in American history.
Guys, this was lit. First 100 days for Trump. Oh man, I should have held a live stream for this. I didn't know it was gonna be this crucial. Okay, you had your boy Stephen Miller, you had Scott Jennings come on there, owning the libs. Okay, this was glorious. He even took jabs at these ridiculous impeachment threats that the Democrats have. This is so freaking ridiculous.
John James, is he a congressman, this guy? He said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to start the impeachment of Donald Trump. What the hell did I do? Here we go again. They want to impeach me. This lunatic. This lunatic, he was up. Actually, I had the television way down, and I said to our great First Lady, listen, did I just hear I was being impeached again? We're getting good at this, though. No, they've gone totally crazy. These people, and you know what? They've totally lost their confidence, too. They can't even tell a lunatic like this dumb guy that said it. And then you have the other one that's always with the cane. He's always impeaching. And he raises his cane.
But I want to go ahead and start you guys off. If you haven't seen Scott Jennings of CNN, basically one of two Republicans that I know of on their entire network that they dare to ever have on television. Effectively, Scott is the main person keeping the network alive, going up against full panels of liberals screeching at him. Meanwhile, he's the only one that ever has any facts. He destroys them every single time. And he did the same thing again today at Donald Trump's rally.
And, you know, we have a man here that I don't know, but he's defending me all the time on CNN. And he defends me really well, but he can't go too far, because if he goes too far, he'll get fired. I said, you're amazing. You can take it right to the edge. And he really does a good job. He's not allowed to go any further. He would be off, you know, if he really went totally crazy, which he'd like to do. But I think he's terrific. Scott Jennings. Where's Scott? Where are you, Scott? Come here, Scott. This guy, really, I've watched him for years. I don't know him, but he likes Trump. Come here, Scott. Oh, CNN, this is the end of Scott. No, who cares? Don't worry, we'll take care of you, Scott. Scott Jennings, really great.
Thank you. Michigan. We were flying in here today, and I said, look at these farms. I got to get a farm in Michigan, because when you own as many libs as I do, you got to put a place to put them all. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Scott.
So Scott, he kind of messed that one up a little bit, but I think the point was still pretty clear. So, and he actually looks like, this dude looks pretty slim. Like, I guess, I don't know if the CNN cameras add some extra pounds, but he looks like he's a lot thinner when he got on the stage today. But anywho, you also had Stephen Miller. This speech with Stephen Miller was so freaking crazy. This was so freaking lit. Man, I was hollering when I watched this. I'm going to react to this with you guys because of how good it was. Let's go ahead and react to this.
Also the great, and you see him on television, he's unbelievable. Hey, Stephen, come up here fast. The great Stephen Miller. Do we like Stephen?
Based Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller cooks everybody.
I love this guy.
He don't take no nonsense from nobody.
This guy.
Kill him, Steve.
There is
Get him,
nobody smarter or tougher than Stephen Miller. Stephen, say it.
Get him, Steve.
Who's enjoying 100 golden days of America?
Amen, brother.
President Trump has achieved the most secure border in American history. He's fighting violent crime. He's fighting the drug cartels. He's cutting your taxes. He's cutting wasteful spending. He's draining the swamp. He's standing up to the radical left. He's standing up to the communists, and he's making America stronger than it's ever been. President Trump will never stop fighting for you, your children, and your family, and President Trump will make sure that in this country, not illegal aliens, not criminals, not gangbangers, but American citizens come first, last, and always. Thank you. And thank you, President Trump, for being the greatest president in American history.
Don't play with Stephen Miller. Don't play with him. You had to give him a hug after that. You had to.
He's great. This guy, he is something special. And he's been with us right from day one. Right from day one, Stephen's been there, right? He's been great.
Stephen Miller been out here cooking the Democrats since before Donald Trump was even around, honestly, in politics. Not, you know, he's like obviously damn near 80 years old. But yeah, like Stephen Miller been in these streets, all right? And it didn't end there because they also, he went into some of these fake polls. So I want to show you guys something because what I've noticed is that people, even though we know that the fake news is fake, people still believe part of it. And this is part of the mind game, right? It's like talking to a gaslighting partner. Anybody ever had a unfaithful partner, right? It's like sprinkling a little bit of the truth, sprinkling a little bit of the lies. The next thing, you just think you're a crazy person. It's like, I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. I don't know what's the truth, what's a lie. And this is what the fake news does, because some of the stuff they say is true, but what's going on right now with these polls is not. I'm going to show you what Donald Trump said, then I'm going to show you what Fox News had to demonstrate here, which clearly demonstrates that the polling for the Democrats, the way it's executed is wrong, and the polling for the Democrats is much worse than Trump. So anybody who picking on Trump's polling, you need to go sit your butt down somewhere, have about 1,000 seats, because Democrats' polling is far, far worse.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, they are breathlessly waiting for any change in polling numbers. But when you dig below into the crosstabs, there are some really interesting numbers, and they're comparative numbers. So check this out. This is Gallup. Who do you trust to lead the economy? 44% Trump. But look below. Hakeem Jeffries, Schumer, Democratic congressional leaders. Comparatively, President Trump 14 points ahead of the nearest Democrat. And then you flip over to Washington Post, this came out this week, and you find Trump is trusted over congressional Democrats 37-30. So the comparative numbers are interesting, but you'd be hard-pressed to find them anywhere but here.
And that's why we got, despite the fake polls, you know, they do these polls where they interview far more Democrats than Republicans. I saw them over the last few days, and I had them checked out. They interview far more Democrats for the polls. They interview Democrats by big numbers and then Republicans by small. They say, Trump only has a 44% approval rating. Well, it's actually not bad. But when you figure that if it were a legit poll, it would be in the 60s or 70s. These people are a bunch of crooked people. No, they interview more Democrats than Republicans. In other words, they take the poll and they interview Democrats. They poll Democrats, and then they say, they try and depress it as much, just like they write bad stories. 97% of the stories written about me, think of it, were negative, and yet we won in a landslide because they have no credibility.
There you have it, silly rabbit. There's really nothing that they can really do right now to pull themselves out of the hole except for come back, bring it back into the middle, just like you had AOC, who removed her pronouns from her bio because it was a little too woke. So you gotta get rid of the woke stuff. Okay, this grifter, this person who doesn't stand for anything, of course is gonna get rid of the wokeness in order to win elections, because that's what all of them are gonna do. They went that direction because in some of these stupid people's minds, they thought it was gonna help them win. All it did is make a bunch of people crazy and start burning down Teslas and blowing stuff up. And that obviously isn't enough to win elections. As a matter of fact, it turns people off and makes them go to the other side, move from being either independent or Democrat, and even going all the way to Republican and never turning back. But it doesn't end there because Chuck Schumer was confronted on his abysmal polling, and this fool just tried to change the subject.
Yes.
There's a poll out today that has your approval ratings lower than any other congressional leader at 17%. Are you concerned that you may be a liability for your party?
Polls come and go. Our party is united. We're on our front foot. We're stepping forward, going after Trump, and having real success. Yes.
And let's not forget fake Tapper of CNN, fake news, legacy news CNN, confronting Hakeem Jeffries a while back on the Democrat polling in Congress and how it's like around 20%.
House Republicans, they've been on the run. They are feeling the pressure of the fact that their policies are deeply unpopular with the American people. And we've seen that play out this past week all across the country. And Democrats are going to continue to make clear that we will stand against the effort to end Medicaid as we know it, stand against the effort to detonate Social Security or Medicare, certainly stand against the effort to undermine veterans' benefits or nutritional assistance to children and families.
So it's certainly true that President Trump's poll numbers are not in a great place, although they're higher than they ever were in his first term. But congressional Republicans polling is about 40%. Congressional Democrats polling is about 20%. So that's an issue for you.
If you got polls in the 20s, I don't want to hear nothing about Donald Trump having low polling or historic low. I don't want to hear nothing. Donald Trump is right. They said all of this stuff before. They said that it was looking like Kamala Harris was going to win the election. You could go to AI at the time, because I checked, and AI said Kamala Harris was going to win the election. AI was wrong. The polls were wrong. All I'm saying is Donald Trump was right. I was right. And these first 100 days have gone gloriously. The prices are down regardless of what these losers have been saying. They try to pretend like prices are up when they're not. Or if the gas station price is like 2 cents higher than what Trump said. Trump lied. These people are crazy and they're stupid. And like this dude was so hype he broke out into dance. And I got to remove the song. But he was getting crunk out there. But let me know what you guys think. Was this a successful first 100 days, or does it leave much to be desired as a conservative? If you're a Democrat, then it probably doesn't really matter a whole lot because you were going to say he sucked anyway. But if you're a Republican or an independent or somebody who switched from Democrat, you voted for Trump this one time or whatever, let me know what you think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Joe Biden was down 35 points. The debate was not a good one for him. He said, you know, if I didn't debate, I could have gone all the way.